Alrighty traders, market update time. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, see that trading course on the screen there? It's for free. If you need some help, guys, actually the very first video you get is actually, I'm giving you a free coaching call, and also you get, the very first video you get is a walk through my trading system. First thing in the description there, guys, go get access to that. Let's have a look at the stock market. Stocky market. So the stock market right now, what's going on with this sexy beast? So the first thing I do see is, as you can see what's happening, this is the S&P 500. If I go through the last sort of maybe last 6 months worth of data down the bottom here, what's happening right now is we're having just a bit of a drop to the downside, okay? So a bit of a drop to the downside, but noticing this here, notice there's a few things here. Firstly, is that I'm noticing that there's a very strong low, higher low, and there could be a higher low coming into place through here, right? So we see all of that level through there. 4,250, 4,300. This whole area through here is a pretty strong area of support and resistance going back probably the last it's like, you know, when you have two thoughts coming through your mind, it's like bam bam, which one do I say? Quick, say something, and then you don't say any of it. What comes out is resistance here, resistance, support, long-term support, and long-term support as well from here. Bam bam, and now bam as well too, right? So we're getting through that level through there. Now looking at the markets here, looking at what's happening here, we're at this level of support and noticing we're actually squeezing up now. We're actually squeezing up into like a bit of a triangle pattern here, right? So we're squeezing up from this long-term level coming up through here, right? So we have this long-term support level here. We have this overall support level coming in, and we have this overall resistance coming down through. Now, what does that mean? To me, what I'm looking at right now is I'm seeing that one thing I'm looking for is the pattern. What's happening here right now? Because really, look at this here. Overall, what? Sideways. Not really much going on. Yeah, head and shoulder formation, right? But there's something else that's not so obvious here. And what I'm seeing right now is that depending on what happens here, if we start to do something like this here, and then we start to break up and out like that, then guess what? That's just, this whole thing here is going to be one big ultimate pullback before we start to see kabam and kabam, right? Kabam and kabam. So that's what we're seeing through there, right? We're seeing that overall sideways and a kabam, right? If we do get kabam and kabam, where did I get kabam from? I don't know. Put in the chat box below. Put kabam. If we get something like that, guys, we're likely to see a next move up because this is now what's called a pullback overall and a big move to the upside. A lot of people are looking for the big crash on the downside. I don't believe that that's what's coming next. Look at the actual Nasdaq as well too. Look at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is doing what? Nasdaq is actually now low. Look at this point. Look where we are right now. X marks the spot. Double support level in the markets there. Double support level in the markets, right? So we can see that through there. So look at this here. So we have this level of resistance, support, and now support as well too, right? We're having this double level of support through here, and then we have this level of support coming up through here as well too. So we're at this level here, okay? I do believe that we're likely to see another leg coming up soon out of the market. So if we have a look at this level through here, look at this here, coming down through there on the good old Dow or Nasdaq. Look at this here, squeezing up. There's a big triangle pattern, 1, 2, 3 major level of support and resistance, and a one significant pattern that's forming. And I do believe we're likely to start to see something like this soon. Looking at this level here, I do believe we're likely to see something like this, and then a break to the upside, breaking out of this level coming down through here. And once that happens, right? Then we're likely to see, then we're likely to see probably Nasdaq go for another move. I think a lot of people are looking for this Nasdaq to crash here and go down. That's obviously possible. And we really need to watch for this pattern, because if the pattern does form that I'm talking about here, where we start to see something like this happening, and then we start to get a bit of a breakout again like that, if that does form over the next couple of weeks, guys, get ready for a strong October, November, and December, because we're probably likely to see that. Because this whole thing, look at this here, it's just going sideways. We're not really going up or down right now, right? So this is what I'm looking at there from that perspective from there. So let's go look at the mining sector right now, guys. Good old mining sector. Traders, before I do get that, if you guys need some help, I'm opening up some spots to my 12-month coaching program. If you are interested in joining it, I've got 2 spots left. 12-month coaching program, guys. If you're interested in joining that, then that second link in the description, go click on that. Go fill out the application form. I will personally call you to see if you're a good fit to join my small group for 12 months of my private coaching, where you are with me every single day, and I am just there every single day and every single week helping you from that there, right? So first link, second link in the description, guys. Click on that and go fill out the application form, guys, right now. Got 2 spots left there. So what we're seeing here on the actual on the there you go, guys. There you go, right? Look at the that's there's 2 thoughts coming through my mind. Which one do I say? None of them. The comes out, right? What we're looking at now on the on the mining sector is we're getting a squeezing up pattern like this. Look at this here. Big, massive squeeze up pattern, right? From there to there. Look at that. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'ams. Big squeezing up pattern. So there's actually this is a descending triangle pattern, right? And we're going down. We're getting this overall pullback. So there's a couple of different things I'm watching for right now. If for some reason we get big, strong bar like this, that will probably give me confirmation or a direction that we're now likely to see possibly another big move on the downside that probably coming down towards the $23 level, okay? That's the first if scenario amongst the mining sector. Now, revert back to what I said a minute ago. I was looking at a minute ago, right? By looking at that there. What I'm looking at now is I'm looking at this level through here. Now, if indeed, for some reason, this starts to break up, we start to get up like this here, and we break above this strong level of resistance, which is like a little resistance through there, little resistance through there, and a resistance through there, around that sort of $30 level. If indeed we get a break up and out like this level here, then that's going to be a strong breakout, and this whole thing here could be one big false breakout to the downside. So there's a couple of different formations we're watching for. If we do get a break up, that's probably going to say this whole move to the downside was a false breakout to the downside because it found support, false breakdown, and a break to the upside. Okay, first level of analysis there. If indeed we get something like this, a big strong bar breakdown, that's going to tell us that this is just a continuation of this downward move, and then we're likely to see a move on the downside from there, from looking at that level through there. Let's go look at the silver market here. Short-term level on the silver market, probably for the last sort of 1 year, one worth of data, we're definitely still getting a lot of strong levels of support and resistance all through there. It's definitely squeezing up into this pattern now. We're getting this squeezing up sort of formation. Where's it going to break here? So this is really interesting to see what's happening with silver. We're getting this sideways movement from here. We definitely do have, that's that long-term level of resistance there. We also definitely do have that sort of that whole area through there, really, right? That whole area. So this is really like one big channel, isn't it? Look at this here, big support, channel, right? Big channel for quite some time. Where's it going to break? We've got also, as you can see here, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, there. Now we're getting a pullback here. So what happens here is going to definitely determine what comes next out of this level through here. So we're seeing this big pullback here. What really comes out of this silver market through here? Let's go look at gold right now. And gold right now, guys, I'm waiting to see same sort of thing on the mining sector, but what comes next out of this gold market? Because the gold market for me right now is stair-stepping lower. Okay, we are getting what? we are getting these high points. Well, how good's that? Did it just... How did that do that? That was cool. It just turned itself upside down without me doing this. How good is that? Oh, I did it again. Up. Aha! Cool. Don't worry about me, guys. I'm just geeking out with the arrows. Yeah, come back tomorrow. I'll teach you guys something new. All right, so look what's happening here. High, lower high. We're getting another lower high, but we're squeezing up through here. So right now, I was waiting to see, and I still am waiting to see a break above 1950. If we get that, then that could be a movement on, that could be the start of a really big move to come, okay? But what we're seeing through here is we're seeing that this whole resistance coming down through here is this is like a bit of a long-term, look at this here, long-term major support level of support, resistance, and all that sort of down home country goodness as well too, right? Coming through there. So what comes next out of this level here? Because we're at this level here now on this short-term level basis. Again, I'm watching to see whether we do break up or not, but I'm looking at this level here. If we start to break down out of this level here, we're probably likely to see a really big, strong move. If we break down, we're probably getting ready for another big move on the downside. I've been waiting to see that break above 1950. If that did happen, we're probably going to see a big move to come. But looking at this last sort of 6 months, maybe even 3 months now worth of data, this is now again high. See, the trend is still down, right? Trend is still down, and we've got this high lows coming through. Looking at this level through here as well too. Let's actually take you off the screen. Low, high, low, high, low, 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 low. All right, lower highs all the way down, higher low all the way up, and now we can see that we've had a bit of a drop through here, right? So again, if we start to get a bit of a breakdown through here, this whole thing here is just going to be one big overall. If we look at it from an overall perspective, this overall thing is going to be one big pullback in a downward trend, and then if we get a break to the downside, then that could spell we're getting ready for another big drop in gold. Is gold about to see another big drop? Again, I was waiting to see. I wanted to see this break up. Wanted the break to see a break above this resistance level here. We didn't get that. So right now on a short-term level basis, we could be seeing a bit of a move on the downside from here. Let's go look at the silver mining sector right now. Let's do some analysis on the silver mining sector. So silver mining sector definitely has that strong area of support and resistance all through there. We're actually at that level right now. Ooh, okay, so there's a couple of different levels here in there. The first level is that we've got that major level of support coming through there. It's probably that level, just probably up through there, I would say. That'll be that next level of support coming through there. What's going to happen here for the mining, even for the silver mining sector? Silver mining sector is definitely coming down through here. We're squeezing up into this pattern here. We definitely have this whole area through here. Look at this here, squeezing up. We're about to see quite a big breakout here soon on the mining sector. Now it may not be down, but if it is down, then the silver mining sector could be getting ready for a 10% drop in the markets if we do get continuation on the downside. But that long-term level of resistance that's coming through there as well too, this level through here, if indeed we start to get something like this here, where for some reason it does start to come back up and we start to get something like this and a break up, and we start to break above $26.50 on the gold mining sector, guys. Silver mining sector, then this could be a real big strong level of breakout to that level from there. And last but least, guys, let's go look at TLT on the markets here. And TLT continuing to see this thing being absolutely demolished here. And this is where, guys, you guys would know, right? Look at this arrow back here. This is when I got out of my TLT positions. This is when I got out of all those positions. You guys, if you guys have been watching me now, because I said, guys, this thing's not looking good, and I need to be out of it. And look what happened here, right? Continuing on the downside from this level from here. And I know some of you guys that are still just loading up, hoping this thing is going to reverse. And look what's happening, right? We'll continue to see this downward selling leg through here. And it's just continuing this downward movement from here. So I would not want to be fighting this level. Again, I started building up a big long position all through here, right? All through here. It was actually on the TMF market. And then when I started to see this through here, when I started to see it really starting to trend, you guys know I simply got out of the markets from there, right? Down, up, lower, high, and now look what's happening through here. So when we started to get this action through here, I got out for a 10% loss on my entire position. I'm so happy I did that, because if I did do this right now, it wouldn't be a 10% loss, it'd be a huge loss. So I'm really happy that I did listen to that good old get of mine in the markets from there. Let's go look at that. You know what, guys? Let's go look at a few major stocks that people like to see. So firstly, let's look at Tesla. Have a good look at Tesla. Good look at Tesla, TSLA. And we'll do some analysis on some of these major stocks that people like to see. So good look at Tesla. What's happening here on Tesla? Firstly, we're getting a drop through here. To me, it's just a bit of a pullback right now. We've got if we have a look at this weekly chart from here, this is a weekly chart now. Look what's happening through here on Tesla, right? Very, 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 very strong upward move, isn't it? Look at this here, low. We've got a very strong high low. Look at this beautiful upward trend. So nothing right now screams downside for Tesla. It actually screams more upside than anything else. By looking at this level through here, we definitely did have... Okay, so we would say that, look at that resistance there, resistance there, resistance. Look at all this weekly chart. We're actually squeezing up through here. And plus we have a whole area of strong levels of resistance and support coming up through there as well too. Let's go to the daily charts on Tesla. I know some of you guys like to look at Tesla as well. So that's that level through there. So interesting stuff, guys. Interesting. Again, that's that resistance level through there. Let's actually take that off the screen here, because that's that major level there that I'm looking at now. Make that a little bit thicker. Okay, so that's squeezing up. Let's go down to the 3-month view now. So it's a bit more squeezing up view. 6 months. Low, strong move up. This actually could be some sort of a high low here soon. And if so, we could be getting ready for something like this to happen, where we start to see something like this and a bit of a breakout and another move to the upside. We've been going sideways overall through here. So we could be getting ready for another big move coming up in Tesla as well too. So that's what I'm seeing there, guys, when it comes to the good old Tesla. From there, let's go look at some other stocks from now. So let's go look at Meta. Meta right now is simply rolling over. Meta right now has actually had a huge up move, guys. So I don't see, there's probably not going to be a big move out of Tesla, out of Meta, Facebook. There's probably not going to be a big move out of this one here for quite some time, because what tends to happen is once we go through this level here, we probably need a really good, so this is probably not going to do much from here. Go look at this daily charts. So Meta right now, guys, it probably needs, look at that there, right? So we had all this up move from here to here, around 8-9 months. So we've had this level through here. So we would need probably, I would say, another good couple of more months of just not doing much to what we call refuel to go for another move again. So that's what Meta's doing from there. Let's go look at, say, Apple. Let's have a look at Apple here as well. A good old Apple analysis. So first thing I'm noticing on a short-term level basis on Apple, guys, is what? Is the first level thing I'm noticing is that we definitely have this now strong movement on the downside from here. This resistance point all through here as well. We're noticing this resistance here, and we have resistance all through here, and now we're coming down through here as well. And we definitely are having this whole level of support where we are now on Apple. Big move up, come back down. Now we're going sideways from here. So that's that short-term level basis through there. Once I start to look at, say, the longer term level, let's go like the last 6 months, last 1 year. Once I start to look at that weekly chart as well too, what we're seeing here is, let's actually look at some longer term levels here for a minute. So we have this, let's actually delete you. Oh, actually, so that's that longer term level there. Let's actually bring this up through here, and let's actually extend this to the right. Make it a little, actually a lot thicker, right? And then I want to draw that up from there to there. That's that long-term level I would say I'll be using. Let's create a parallel trend line here. That's that support level there. Let's take you off the screen here for a minute. And now what I'm going to do is, this is a weekly chart analysis, guys, for you, because weekly chart is so important to understanding what's going on. And that's what's going on right now with Apple as well too, is that we're at this level here, as you can see. So let me zoom in a lot more now. So we're at that level there, through that level, all through there. That's the resistance. That's where we're having a lot of support level through here. And we are going through this level through here. So I would say, guys, now pulling back through here, I would say that there's probably not going to be too much of a pullback, too much of a drop. If we do get a drop down, it's probably going to be very short-lived. Let's actually see, where is that? Where did I put that thing there? I'm trying to get that. There it is there, right there, right? Cool. So let's actually zoom in a bit more. Let's actually go to the shorter term analysis from there. So if we do get a move on the downside to Apple, it'll probably only be to there. Looking at the Fibonacci levels on Apple as well too, we can see that low point there to low point there. Yeah, so even if we did get a drop down on Apple on this daily charts, guys, from here, we're probably only going to get a move down towards these levels here, 162. But this is just a big pullback, guys, right? This is just it's not a change in trend, because what's the trend right now? We've had a very strong move up, and now we're just going through this level here. So there's a good chance in the next couple months we're going to get the pullback and then maybe go for another big move up again. So this is definitely more in an upward trend than anything else. So any move on the downside, it may be very short-lived for a week or two. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense from there by looking at Apple. Let's go look at Microsoft now. Let's go. So Microsoft is actually looking at two different levels from here. So we had this first level from there to there, looking at that. So this is that's that long-term, look at that there. That's that long-term level of support coming through there as well, as you can see. Right, so that's where we're at right now, from there to there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Right, so this is now Microsoft. We had this major level low here, major level here. Now we're at that level here on Microsoft. If we go down to the daily charts now, we can actually see from a daily chart perspective, we can actually see that we definitely do have, there's a few levels through here. So the first level I'd be watching for is probably that level through there, I would say. Let's go to the 6-month view on the daily charts now. We've got that level through there. Or if you also have, and we also have a major level of support and resistance all going through there as well too. Makes sense? Again, guys, if you're interested in like doing all this stuff every single week, guys, then make sure you join my coaching program. That's second link in the description. That's for a whole 12 months where you and I will be together every single week, and I'll be coaching you and helping you. So looking at this level through here, guys, we've got this lower high coming into play from here. Let's actually see if there's anything else that I'm noticing from this perspective here. Again, go to that weekly chart there. So we have that level of support level coming into play from there to there. And then now we have this level from here to here coming into play. So really interesting stuff that's happening right now in Microsoft. One thing I'll be watching for is I'll be watching to see what actually happens here. Because if we start to develop this, guys, and we start to break up above this high up here, above say 340, this is just one big overall pullback, or what I call like a refueling phase. And then we're probably likely to see another big move coming in Microsoft. But looking at that weekly chart there, overall, guys, what are we seeing right now on the real big picture? Okay, what are we seeing? We're seeing how we actually had a strong move up. This has just been a slow pullback. So there's a high probability this is just going through a pullback from here. And it may even happen, we may even get more of a downside to come out of Microsoft before we actually start to see another big move to the upside. Does that make sense, guys? So always be looking at that weekly charts, and always be keeping an eye on what's going on from there, from that perspective from there. So let's go look at Amazon stock, and let's go see what's happening with the good old Amazon stock. So first thing we notice is we actually got this strong level of sort of support and resistance coming up through there. That's that long-term level there, guys. Long-term level of support and resistance coming through there. We also do have, on this weekly chart, there's also another level of here as well. All right, so looking at that level there. We also have, looking at this level through here, we also have That was that level through there. It's now completely broken. Is it completely broken? I'm noticing a strong level of support and resistance where it is right now. This has that whole level through there, as you can see. So this level here is now no longer needed. We are going up, and now we're doing what? Just going sideways. See that through there? So a strong move up, and then we're going sideways, sideways, sideways. If we do get a strong move up, then that's what we're probably likely to see from that perspective from there. So look, let's go down to the daily charts now, and now look at this last sort of short-term view from here. Again, very strong upward leg, so I wouldn't be looking to go short this stock. One thing I'll be watching for to see is if we can get some sort of setup coming through, because we did get this move up, and now we're just going sideways overall. It's just refueling, but this is probably likely to, looking at that level, we're probably likely to do something like this here, where we just maybe even go sideways, and now we get another breakout to the upside. So that's what I'm noticing through there, guys. One of the actual other stocks, so like NVDA. Let's go look at NVDA. NVIDIA is actually slowly booting up a bit of a top here. This is one stock, guys, that I do see we may even have a lot more downside to come, only because of this big move to the upside. We do have a very strong level of support coming through here, and that's also where the gap is coming into play as well too. So NVIDIA is actually one of those stocks that I do see possibly starting to form a bit of a top through the markets from that perspective from there. Let's go look at Barber right now. Look at Barber in this market update for you guys. Okay, short-term level. Actually, let's go to the long-term level, guys, here. See what's happening here on a long-term level. So long-term, we've actually got a really strong level of support and resistance coming on through here somewhere. So all through there. And then we also definitely have this strong level up through here. And we have this another level coming down through there somewhere. So the reason why that's important to me right now is because if I'm looking at this level from this level here, is that depending on what actually comes next out of this here, because there's actually a bit of a triangle pattern forming down here as well too. So something like that is forming. Something like that is forming. Right, and then now we're getting this level through here. So we have the support, 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 and now we're developing this whole level through here as well to resistance, and then now we're developing this whole point through there. Support, 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 and now we're just going through here. So really what actually happens here on Barber, it's like a squeezing up pattern, right? So if we do end up sort of going sideways through here for a bit and then breaking down, Barber could be getting ready for another move on the downside. But also what could be happening with Barber is we could be squeezing up into this pattern, and then we could be seeing something like this happening through here, and then we could see a bit of a breakout. And if that's the case, we could see a very nice move coming back up to around about that 120 on Barber.